turned down the game audio a little bit because the last couple streams it really sounded loud and you can hardly hear me. So I'm gonna try and speak up a little bit, and I turned down the game audio a couple more decibels. So near the end of the last stream, I got a small crystal decoration, and I know where to put it. Hello. Maybe you can see. For now, I'll just set it on the ground there, but hopefully we'll get a table for it. And beef our coffee plant watered, of course. And Clint sent me 3 eggplant parmesans, which give you mining and defense boosts. And Shane sent me pepper poppers. How much food can I get in one day? The greater chance to find ladders and shafts is great if you're trying to do a deep skull cavern dive, even without staircases. I kind of botched my year-end plans. Normally I like to plant fiber seeds so that I don't have to till and water stuff on the first day of spring, but they take 7 days to grow and it's already the 24th. I just completely blew my mind. So that makes things a little bit more difficult here, but I at least have gold quality tools, so gold level, so that will help me a little bit. And I'm connected to the YouTube chat now. Remember to take care of my animals for once. I didn't look back at the stream to find out whether I completely neglected taking care of them or just didn't collect the products one of the days. The good news is that even if I do forget to take care of them, at least they get fed. That's why I try and get my annual buildings up to deluxe, even if I have no intention of getting the animals that require the deluxe building right away. So that I don't have to worry about feeding them myself. But everything is normalized in terms of my animal products. It was just a temporary disruption for a day, couple days. So I certainly have all of the... I couldn't see where the dude panning spot was, but I figured it had to be somewhere behind the trees if I couldn't see it. We have lots of iridium after getting mining mastery last time and putting all my iridium ore in the heavy furnaces. But we're barely over our 250,000 right now, and I do require 1,000,000 to make either the desert or island obelisk, so I feel like I'm better served by waiting right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this duck feather and actually go to the island. I don't remember how long it is until my melons are done growing out there, so I have to go back and remind myself. just going into town every day, which makes it hard to, that makes it hard to, finish, get her 14 hard done, and she has to be home. But I did ask someone before I started the stream what, response I should give in the hard event, so I am ready to make it happen. I think it's 4 days for the melons, though. It is actually 2 days, so they'll be ready on the 26th. And then I can come in here and get all of my desired golden walnuts, finally. Of course, I'm waiting on the banana tree to grow at home as well. And I'll just have to grow a bunch more crops in general. Farming walnuts. There's also one in the journal scrap. I'm going to show you a way that I have used in the past where I have just complete journal scrap stuff. If you come into the Gourmand Frog's cave, there are no actual fish you can fish up inside in this little water here. And occasionally a journal scrap will replace a piece of trash. So by fishing here, I will get a lot of trash, yes, that I can just throw in the recycling machines when I get back home. But I can also kind of speed up the chance of getting journal scraps. It's still not going to be fast, but there is one. 'Twas a rain-drenched day, and upon the lonely rock a beautiful maiden saw I. Tales I'd heard of sea-born maidens singing siren songs, yet nary a note could she muster. Next morning I spied an arrangement of stone upon the foamy bank. Aye, stones as big as ones, and stones as big as fives were they. If but this hairy sea-dog attuned could howl, perhaps the black gull's treasure would she lead. That's telling you about the, mermaid on the southeast portion of the island on rain days. We took the loot box over there and got the walnuts by adjusting them to the proper notes as indicated by the stones. If you don't know what that was, that journal scrap is intended to give you a clue as to what to do there. Most importantly, the clue on to indicate how much the stones tell you to adjust the note. If you're musically inclined, you can probably figure it out just if you've heard the mermaid song prior to that. For example, at the show. Their night market show. So there are 2 more journal scraps. One will lead me to a golden walnut, which is why I went now. I did talk to the Gourmand Frog last stream, and 1.6's dialogue has actually changed. What you need to grow for him and was not changed. And in general, he says the same thing, but his dialect was changed. And I want to make sure that I say this correctly. There's another journal scrap. Take a look. So this is showing me a spot on the north side of the island. And with that, that's the only other journal scrap, golden walnut. Uh, I will want the other journal scrap at some point, of course, but chances are I'll get it just naturally at some point. So I will head up to the north side of the island and get that one. And I get a golden walnut and an ostrich egg. Now, ostrich egg is something that I do need to ship at some point. It is right there in the collection. But I do not want to sell the first one. Like so many other things that we can find rarely, I do not want to sell the first one, but I have to wait a little bit. I do have to wait a little bit before I can get the item I need to make more ostrich eggs. You can get them from golden coconuts as well, but it's much better to just save one. I didn't even look for Leo. I just, oh well. I'll be going back there after the Feast of the Winter Star anyway, so I can give it to him then. I did get a frog hat. I'm gonna wear that for a little bit. Let's be a frog. Ribbit. And I got, as I said, quite a bit of trash from doing that. But we can recycle all of it in due time. So, prior to the update, the frog used a stereotypical Caribbean influenced things. We would use the word bambo regularly, but it was changed because it was a insensitive caricature. So now he speaks normally without any stereotypes. We have plenty of time before I have to go to sleep, so I will do my usual thing of chopping the, getting the hardwood. I may have made a mistake regarding having crops ready for year 3, but I can still make sure that I have fencing and gates ready for the animals. And every bit of hardwood I get now makes making the hardwood fence less of an imposition on my resources. I can get rid of these, can I? Yeah. Let's get rid of those. berries can grow on those, or at least the larger ones, but I want as much room as possible for my animals. So it's for them to graze, so I may as well get rid of the stuff I don't need. In fact, I'll go ahead and start making the fencing now. I tend to do double wide fences, so I'm going to want 6 gates, I believe. And let's make like 50 hardwood fences to start. I don't necessarily want the fence right up against the water on the left. And I will line it up with the left-hand side of the coop. Alright, and I will put a gate right here so that I can get out the bottom. And the gate there so I can get out the side. And the gate here so I can get in the other side. It's not fancy, but it'll work. And I'll just save the remaining fences so that when I have to replace it eventually I can. And in the coming days I'll get some grass down in there. I suppose I could widen it down here a little bit. Yeah, I probably should. That's not a lot of area for 2 full animal buildings. It's just something I don't like about the forest farm. Okay, so I made a short about my mishap playing Jinamo Kart last time. Getting so close to 50,000. And if I hadn't missed that grape in the second level, I would have had 50,000 when I died. Or about 50,000. So I will give it an attempt to see if I can be more successful this time. I haven't missed a fruit yet. But there's a pretty good chance you'll miss a fruit on level 3. Really depends on when the bubbles come and if it decides to put a fruit way up high like it did there. This fruit is up high as well, but I had a platform before it to some elevation. I have to assume that I'm no longer sick though. A curious thing. I tend to do better in Jinamo Kart when I'm sick. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm already miserable and there's only so much more miserable Genome Cart could make me. Whereas when I'm feeling good, I feel the misery of Genome Cart more acutely. That's just a theory. It's probably wrong. Okay, so I had the mission fruit to make sure I made it through the level, but I won the level. So we're knocking Lewis down today. And we won the next level too. I might get this file as top. No, or I could just botch the first jump and go down. But we moved Lewis down the spot. That's what's really important. I will put one more round of items in the recycling machines, and then end this day. Do I have chocolate cakes? I do. That's something that Evelyn loves, so I want to make sure that she gets the love to get from me for the Feast of the Winter Star. I did not put a mystery box out on the table anywhere. Not that I have open tables anyway. I could have moved the pot off the table in the center room, but in any case, clear and sunny on both the island and here. Folks, I've got an announcement to make. This is the last new episode of Living Off the Land before my retirement. I've had a good time and I'll miss you folks. Oh, and I've been told the station's going to start playing reruns next year. Take care. So there's 2 years worth of Living Off the Land. Which, I know, after 2 years of playing the game, you should probably have a pretty good idea of all the hints that it gives you. Let's just keep putting stuff there. I will always take some wood, especially in winter. I'm not going to be eating it too many otherwise. The sturgeon are asking for a new quest. I don't really need the sturgeon pond anymore. I got all the caviar that I need. But for the time being, I'll stick with it. And if I'm going to stick with it, I may as well increase the capacity when they ask me to. So, I wanted 3 omni geodes, which is not an issue at all. I got more than enough. Tomorrow. And then grab the fruit. Nothing on the tappers. I got the pine tar and the maple syrup yesterday, but I'll check for overism. Getting wool today. I'm thinking, because I don't really have the space to put out 3 buildings side by side to have a barn just for pigs, I will probably forego sheep in this playthrough. I can get some wool and cloth from the rabbits, and rather than having sheep, I would like the space for a couple additional pigs in my barn. So right now I've got 10 I going to have room for more pigs? I'm not even sure. I'll have to think about that. Worst case scenario, I'll just have 2 animal areas so I can have more pigs. Because pigs are vitally important. Yeah, with ostriches, I won't have the math is not mathing. I won't be able to have more pigs. In any case, let's head to the Feast of the Winter Star. It's not there. Yeah, last minute gifts, I've got you covered. Take a look at my wares. It does have some things that are at least liked by most people. But I'm not sure everyone likes those things. It's so pretty. I wish your town could always look like this. Look, it's a winter star. Oh, my mistake. It's just decoration. Sometimes I dread going to parties, but afterwards I'm always glad I went. I'm not always glad afterwards. Excuse me, where are my manners? This spice cider has quite a potent fizz to it. I don't have anything fizzy right now, and my tea is empty. Oh, hello. Don't pay any mind to me. Go enjoy yourself. He's there to fight any monsters that drop. I'm a simple man, Patrick. I'm thankful for a solid roof over my head and a hot can of beans in the morning. I could use some new blacksmithing tools. Mine have gotten a little rusty over the years. Don't you make tools yourself? Mulled wine is the only thing keeping me warm in this freezing weather. I hope everyone likes my powder melon crisp. Where don't I go? Happy Feast of the Winter Star, Patrick. This is the time to unwind, enjoy good company, and express gratitude for all that we have. Happy feasting, Patrick. I can feast. One benefit of the cold weather is that I can put frozen pizzas under the tree. Someone's in for a real treat. Is it time to open presents yet? The mayor personally invited me to his table. I couldn't turn that down. Have you tried the pecan pie? It's my favorite. Eat while it's still fresh and hot. I can go on and on about my new method of making candy canes, but I'll spare you the details this year. I guess he hasn't had too much snog yet. Who gives someone a Joja basket? He used to work there. This spot is for the overflow persons. There's just too many to count this year. Seeing my little boy happy and healthy is what I'm thankful for. You got the toy dinosaur I wanted to see. It's called by Stegosaurus, I think. It's pretty gorgeous. I spent all morning decorating it with Marty and Jody. It's a fun tradition. I wonder which person is mine. It was a big box. Some good things call in smaller boxes. There we go. I guess it's nice the whole family is together for once. It's pretty chilly today. Good thing everyone here is bundled up. Well, husband got me a new power saw this year. He must have forgotten that he gave me the same thing 2 years ago. I don't know, in 2 years the power saw could start to get dull. This green jelly has a minty flavor to it. I wonder how mint became associated with the Feast of the Winter Star. Does mint even grow in winter? Pretty sure there's a grid ball shaped present with my name on it underneath the spirit tree. And church. I already spend all day with the family anyway. Why do you need a big hubbub out in the cold? Thought that everyone except for Evelyn. There is a video out there of going out of bounds to talk to the wizard at every festival. Because he's here basically all the time for the festivals. Just whether he is actually accessible to be spoken to, that's the question. And he does have special dialogue if you manage to get to him. do know how to go out of bounds in this game, so I could get over to wherever he is today. Anyway, let's just go to Evelyn and give her her gift of a chocolate cake. Oh, so it's you? Ah, chocolate cake, thanks. And who is giving us a gift and what do we get? George is giving us a gift. Hi, so I'm your secret gift giver this year. Well, open it. And we get... Oh my god! That's 2 playthroughs in a row where I've gotten the tea set. Both on my current Switch one and here on stream. Oh! George, I love you, man. Whew. The tea set is incredibly rare. Not everyone can give you a tea set. And even if you get one of the people who can, the chance of you actually getting it is incredibly small. In fact, so few people have actually gotten a tea set that uh, starting in year 50, you can sometimes buy it at the traveling cart for 1,000,000 G. Because, or year 25 onwards. Sorry. So any adult other than Clint, Evelyn, Marnie, Robin, or Willie can give you a tea set. It's showing up in the traveling cart. Once you've reached year 25, it has a 5% chance. As far as getting it, I'm not sure there's actually like a... I'm not sure if there's like a particular... There's not like a list of percentages on how... on when you can... of what you can get. But the... Yeah, one would have to assume that the tea set has a low probability based on how few people have gotten it. I've been playing Stardew Valley since it released in 2016, February of 2016, and I never got a tea set until 2 consecutive playthroughs now. Well, no, I am actually very, very appreciative, George, more than you know. In fact, I'm going to screenshot this. 12, let's see. In fact, George, I love it. And you are now my best friend. Forever. I will give you many, many leaks. So I need a new table. I need a tea table so that I can put this in my tea area. There was a small part of me that was, of course, hoping that I would get the tea set, but I was so certain that I wouldn't that I didn't even bother to say anything. But there it is. Sooner or later, I hope I get a tea set in a file where I'm actually happy with the farm type I have. So you cannot just set it down anywhere. You do have to set it on a table. Which means this plant, this bonsai tree, is going away for now because I can set it on the ground. Once I have another table, I will fix that up. out of curiosity, the only furniture catalog, unfortunately, that I have right now is the trash catalog, and it does have an end table, but is there already something on that one? Let me check. Yeah, there appears to be a bottle on it, so you can't actually set anything on that table. You can get things out of the catalog for free, so I don't mind trashing it. And I'm getting a shrimp for my cat. So that was a more exciting Feast of the Winter Star than I had any expectation of it being. So now I'm in an exceptionally good mood. Alright. So. Even the snowing cannot bring me down. I mean, if it snowed in real life, yes, but not in the game. So she should be here all day. I will enter the farmhouse at around 1 p.m. Of course I want to go to the island today and get things harvested, but getting her 14 heart event triggered is also a priority. I messaged the person who I asked about what option to choose several times, so I would hate to let the stream go by without, actually doing it after I bothered them. Alright. Saying that anything we see about 1.7 leaks is a lie. There have been no leaks, so anything we see is not true. I mean, I assume there had to be some sort of big post that I didn't see regarding possible things for 1.6 if he felt the need to actually make a post about it's not being real. Didn't just walk outside. Let's hop on Moon and head over to the traveling cart. It's a Friday, so I still want to check that. I will also get a iridium sprinkler from Krobus. It will replace some of the quality sprinklers on Ginger Island. Though the stuff there is done growing, so the retro catalog is very, very tempting because, of course, I want more tables, but I guess I can get the sprinkler from Krobus when I'm on my way to the island, since I want to take the sprinkler with me to Ginger Island. Makes sense too. All the way. trees. I have one fruit. Mango tree, 8 more days, and I just planted the banana tree 2 days ago. So we're still waiting 24 days on that. I'm also going to take my coconuts with me to the island, since I'll be able to unlock the island trader today, finally. So you don't have to hear me complain about it anymore. And I have my coconuts with me. I can trade them in for quality ones, or golden ones rather. I still want to trigger that 1400 event today. I will pick up the tree since I don't know what the Stardew Valley equivalent to the Feast of the Epiphany after Christmas is, but I'm going to assume that I'm going to say that I can just do it now. I'm moving things out of this room temporarily because Penny's 14 heart event does involve changing things in here. She says that she won't touch any of your chests, but asks you to move them out of the room. I don't know how that affects things like paintings or other furniture, but just to be safe, I'm going to make sure that there's nothing in that room right now. Watch, I'm going to do all of that, and Penny's not even going to be here today. She left and went somewhere, because Penny has to be inside the house for it to trigger. If she goes into town, as she does most days at this point, it doesn't matter. But I will double check just to make sure that it won't be friendly to me and trigger anyway. Nope, okay. Then all the time I spent here waiting was wasted. But I still have enough time to do what I want to do on the island. It doesn't take very long to talk to the gourmand frog, harvest some crops, place down a sprinkler, and unlock the island trader. Then trading in my golden coconuts. So pop in here and get the sprinkler. We have the greenhouse completely taken care of, so my next thing will be populating the island with iridium sprinklers, and then once I have my island figured out, then it will be transitioning the farm at home from quality to iridium. So, let's pop over to the island. I also want to make sure that we actually find Leo today. He's right here, so I don't even have to go out of my way. Hello, Leo. One time I was on top of a volcano at night and I saw lights far, far away. And there are other bird families out there. Here's your next duck feather, and that's 2 gifts for this week, yes? Yep. So we will be a goose at the end of the week. Our melons are ready to harvest, so let's talk to the gourmand frog. You must grow for me that sweet delight, which is both pink and juicy. Do not pluck it from the earth. You have something to show me? Yes, I do. Yes, this is it. It's bringing me back to the old days. Sunny days when things were sweeter. Oh, I could take a big, juicy bite. But I won't. Yes, I am very pleased. Here, this is for you. 5 golden walnuts. I wish to see the long yellow thing which tickles the skin and waves in the wind. Yes, that is wheat. Yes, this is it. It reminds me of an old girlfriend. Look here, I could tickle you with this, but I won't. Yes, I am very pleased. Here, this is for you. And now, I would like to see the zesty ground fruit, which maketh the breath stink. Yes, I ate this once long ago. It gave me a pungent aroma for days. Reminds me of Papa when I was just a tadpole. I could take a bite and produce that poignant odor once more. But I won't. I expected to see pungent, not poignant. Yes, you've done me a great service. You've given an old toad one last trip down memory lane. Here's one last reward for you, friend. And yet 5 more golden walnuts. So in total, you gave me 15. And now I can clearly harvest these. I did not get any golden walnuts out of them, unfortunately. But these things happen. I'm going to make sure that the linear sprinkler covers that spot. I'll be putting things here regularly once I can again, but for now, don't worry about it. So I am over 100 total golden walnuts. If you played the game, you know what that means, but for now, I'm just going to do a couple unlocks. So first, build the trading hut. So, I can get a farm warp totem for 5 taro root, taro tubers for 2 bone fragments each, pineapple seeds for a magnet cap. I can trade 10 regular coconuts for a golden coconut. I can get a tropical TV for 30 taro root, a jungle torch for 5 cinder shards, a tropical chair for a lionfish, a banana sapling for 5 dragon teeth, a mango sapling for 75 muscle, a deluxe cowboy hat, which changes, no, deluxe cowboy hat is not 2 colors. 30 taro root for that, 100 cinder shards for a wild double bed, a 20 ginger for a tropical bed, a stinglow for a mahogany seed, 50 taro root for the luau skirt, some of that does rotate, and 2 recipes. The cooking recipe for banana pudding, you can trade 30 bone fragments for that. You need banana milk, sugar, and it gives you a point in mining, luck, and defense. And then deluxe retaining soil, the highest level of retaining soil. Whatever you plant there, it has a 100% chance of staying watered overnight. There are a few places where I use that, particularly coffee plants in my house. I will put deluxe retaining soil under those so I don't have to water them. There's also some uses for, I use the berry rose on the island. I'll put deluxe retaining soil under that as well. Now I do not have on me banana or bone fragments or cinder shards. What I do have on me is coconuts. I have enough coconuts to get 8 golden, which is, I believe, if I'm remembering the list I saw, enough. We are going to come over here to the dig site, and I'm going to see if I can't manage to get 30 bone fragments from the bone nibs. so I don't have to remember to bring more to unlock that recipe. I will almost certainly want more for the for taro tubers, but for now just get the recipe. Even though I have the ability to get more taro tuber now, it is too late for any to grow to complete the island ingredients quest, so I still have to give up on it for this time, but if it comes up again and gives me taro tubers, I'll be able to pull it off. For now, just get the banana pudding recipe. Even if I rushed into the volcano right this second, I have my doubts as to whether I would be able to get 50 cinder shards and get out in time. The parrot for the Parrot Express is at the docks. After that, so that's another 10 walnuts, then it's 5 for the bridge and the volcano, and that's the last parrot upgrades. It is not this one. I guess it's one on the farm. I can't remember if I actually put water on the pineapple. I won't have to water it manually now that I have that. Yes, 10 walnuts Parrot Express. So that's kind of, it's the island's equivalent to I can use it to take me to a spot near the volcano, the dig site, the jungle, the docks, or here on the farm. I would not say it's quite as valuable as the minecarts, just because I don't think it's huge, but it is definitely good to have. Yeah, the golden mystery box. And let's come over here to the walnut room. We need 100 to get in here. Well, look who's made it to my secret walnut room. I'm truly impressed. Even though you only needed a fraction of the walnuts to gain full access to the island, you decided to push yourself further. Your desire to enter the secret door was so strong that you went above and beyond to get inside. That drive is what sets you apart, kid. You've got a very special energy. That being said, you weren't under the impression that the challenge ended here, were you? No. In fact, the challenge has just begun. On your left, you'll find a board with some very interesting opportunities. These challenges, which are designed just for you, will push you to your very limit. However, if you can successfully conquer my challenges, you'll earn an exclusive currency. I call them key gems. Just don't put them in your mouth, kid. They're highly radioactive. You can use the machine on your right to trade these key gems for rare and powerful rewards. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Yes, I have a feeling someone like you will enjoy this very much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have important business to attend to. Never stop striving to achieve perfection. Settle for nothing less than excellence in everything you do. So let's see what rewards we can get. We can get Junimo chests. Through the power of forest magic, every Junimo chest links to the same stash. So if you have things that you want to use in multiple areas, you can put them in a Junimo chest. You get a set of 2 when you get it, so that's helpful. You can get the horse flute, which lets you summon your horse anywhere outdoors, including the desert and the island where you can't bring the horse with you. It will help summon the horse there. There's Pierre's Missing Stock List, which lets you buy things from any season at any time. Hopper automatically places uh, items into machines in front of it, so if you have like 1,000 coffee beans and want to make sure that you can always just grab the coffee from a keg and have the next one going immediately, uh, you can put the beans in the hopper. Most people agree that it would be nice if there was also a container that it puts the things into, so it was truly automated, but you still have to collect the uh, things from the machine manually. Enricher, you put that in a sprinkler, load fertilizer, and it automatically applies fertilizer. I prefer the pressure nozzle. It increases the watering range. For iridium sprinklers, it takes it from a 5x5 square to a 7x7, which is massive. And you get, for both the enricher and pressure nozzle, you get 4 at a time. Deconstructor destroys crafted items but salvages their most valuable material. I tend to do all of my crafting for perfection once I have a deconstructor, so I can put the things I make in there and get some materials back. Key to the town allows access to all buildings in town at any time of day. Galaxy Souls, forge 3 of these into a galaxy weapon to unleash its final form, making them even more broken. Mushroom tree seeds, if you want a mushroom tree. Magic bait allows you to catch fish from any season, time, or weather from whichever type of water you cast it into. Key seasoning lets you make your dishes more potent. You can get Mr. Key's hat. The aquatic sanctuary is the largest fish tank. You can put lots and lots of things in there. There are also some recipes. Heavy tapper, place on the maple, oak, or pine tree and wait for the reservoir to fill with product, which is twice as fast as a normal tapper. You can get more mini shipping bins. Hyper speed grow, increased growth rate by 33%. Deluxe fertilizer greatly improves soil quality. With deluxe fertilizer, you can actually get iridium quality crops. You can make your own hoppers. You can make your own magic bait. There's an exotic double bed. Bluegrass starter. Bluegrass is there by default on the Meadowlands farm. If you do not have the Meadowlands farm, you need this to actually get any of it. And fireworks. Now we do not have any key gems yet. It's Friday. They reset on Monday just like the uh, special request board in town. Let's see if we've got one though. So I have 3 days for extended family, and that's all you ever get. You only get 3 days. Family members of the legendary fish have returned to the valley. You have 3 days to catch Ms. Angler, Glacierfish Jr., Son of Crimson Fish, Radioactive Carp, and the Legend 2. You find them in the same spot you found the original legendary fish, but you can find them at any time of those days in any weather, so you don't need a lucky rainy day to catch the Legend 2. I also have Keys Prismatic Range. Find 100 each of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple items. Place in my collection bin. I don't really want to do that. I've wanted to do the extended family quest anyway, so I'll accept that one. Hopefully I can get it done in time. And now, this little statue is the perfection tracker. Let's see, what percentage do I think I'm at? It's not very high because I haven't shipped a lot of things, cooked or crafted very much. I'm not done with the Monster Slayer goals, and you get all the percentage for that at the end. I've got a fair much for friendship because I have good friends. I have not gotten all the star drops yet. I'm gonna say I have caught all the fish though, that helps. I'm gonna say 24%. That's the over under. I will take the last sip that's in this bottle, and if you want to guess the percentage or think if it's more or less than I said, go ahead and post. Alright, let's check. 43%. Wow. So I have 68% of full shipment. I do not have any obelisks. Those are 1% each. I do not have the golden clock. That's 10% by itself. Monster Slayer Hero, completing all the Monster Slayer goals, is another 10%. I'm at 97% of Great Friends. I don't have Leo to 10 hearts yet. I forgot that skill levels play into it. I am level 10 in all skills. I do not have all the star drops, so I don't get percentage for that. Only 3% of the cooking recipes, 28% of crafting recipes, 100% fish caught, and I have 114 of 130 golden walnuts. I did not expect it to be anywhere near 43, especially because I haven't done the simple thing in shipping like the various ores and wood, and I have shipped stone at least. Yeah, ores, coal, uh, wood, other little miscellaneous things that I just haven't bothered to donate. Or sell, rather. I do have, because I saw a few trees that had visible coconuts on them. Enough coconuts to get one more golden one. So I will turn that in. One more golden coconut. That's 9. Now, I would not have been able to get Clint to open those today anyway because it was a Friday, but I can get him to open them tomorrow. I'm going to sell these artifacts. I don't need them. And that was a successful trip to the island, I must say. I did not sell the skeletal tail. I almost put it in the bone mill, but yeah. Bone fragments. I'll put the golden coconuts in there for now. I consider them to be an island item, whereas regular coconuts I consider to be a summer item. I will sell those melons. I will keep that garlic. I'm going to need to grow a lot of garlic, as a matter of fact. I put my hay in the silo last time. I can build that back up. I will still sell quality things, and I brought my sprinklers back. My quality sprinklers are now back here on the farm. Let's build it down first. I'm willing to go this far down. Technically, I can go a little bit further, but that's as far as I'm going to go with these. So if I want full area, I would need 3 more to cover all the space that I think I might use for crops. Let me do something real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12 by 3 is 36. Plus 4 is 40. 40 times 8 is 320. So we're looking at somewhere around 320 crops. And they'll all be watered for me. So let's put green tea in there. Green tea gives you a speed boost, but not quite as high of a speed boost as coffee or the Joja Cola. It gives you plus 0.5 instead of plus 1. It also gives you 30 max energy and similar, a little bit more energy and health than the coffee, but the same as Joja Cola. Alright, let's get into bed. During the night, Fruja gave birth to a baby cow. I will be selling it right away, but Benny is standing over there. Hopefully she stays home today so that I can get that part of it. I always wanted my very own library. Yes, you saw the dialogue last time. I guess I'll check the spirits. Spirits are very happy today. And I will come up here and get the tea leaves. And water that. I will put 4 tea leaves down into the kegs, but I do need both tea leaf and green tea in the shipping, so I'll sell what I currently have. Hello. I've heard you're working on a very special challenge. I have the perfect solution to help you out. Meet me in the watery cave on Ginger Island. Fizz, Georgia Special Services Division. You will get that letter once you have unlocked the walnut room and the important perfection tracker. So, if I remember next time we're on Ginger Island, I'll go to the cave and show him. Even if I'm not interested in his services. During the very end of the game, it will have us. It will tell you if you used any Joja services. Let's say higher than base quality dinosaur eggs. I want to sell it as is. Also getting a duck feather today. Leo will be thrilled. Okay, so I'm going to spend significant time today fishing, trying to get the extended family quest done. Also want to see 1400 at least get started. It happens multiple stages. But at least get it started, and then in addition, I would like to get my grass planted for my animals. It used to be you were playing on the last day of the year, and that it would the growth would be explosive in on the first day, but that's not how it is anymore. Why do I have solar essence in here? duck filler in there until I next go to the island. And this is something that I put in here normally. Also, I said 3 more quality sprinklers to fill up all the space I wanted. I took out... I did not take out iron bars. I took out bone fragment instead of iron bars. That's silly. Okay, so I said that it needs to be at least 1 PM to trigger the heart event. So what I will do is I will look at my... I'm going to make 2 trap bobbers. If you put 2 trap bobbers on a advanced iridium rod, the fish hardly try to escape at all. Chances are you will be set with catching just about anything, even legendary fish, or fish that are equivalent to the legendary fish in this instance. And I have plenty of deluxe bait, which will make them bite faster and increases the size. Oh, I can't take the horse down on that side. The horse can ride horizontally through 1 space gaps, but it cannot, it needs at least 2 spaces to go vertically. Several vertical bridges are 2 spaces wide to allow the horse. We're going to try the Glacierfish Jr. first. Probably the hardest to catch. Unlike the regular legendary fish, there will not be a hat on it in the fishing interface to indicate that it is the extended family legendary, but you'll know. I mean, it just moves so much more than every other fish. You'll be able to tell. This looks like the Glacierfish Jr. to me. Maybe not. It's not actually moving that much. I wasn't trying to get the golden chest, but if I get it, then that's pretty cool. That was a thing bad. So I got a pearl, bait bobber, mystery box. I got all sorts of things. Yeah, I had a feeling that it wasn't really quite enough to be a Glacierfish Jr. When I'm looking for a particularly hard fish, like the Glacierfish Jr., I often end up missing out on perfect catches on easy fish like the perch, because I assume that if I do hook the harder fish, it's going to move immediately, so I start to move immediately, but the easier fish don't, so I end up out of the fishing pond. I have to assume that this is a Glacierfish Jr. based on how much it's escaping when it's not in the bar, even with 2 trap bobbers. Maybe not. It's not moving very much anymore. Darn it! The lingcods are just ruining my day. I don't like lingots. They might be my least favorite fish in the game. They are not easy to catch, and they are not worth the difficulty in self-rice, either the fish itself or its roe. Okay, that can't be anything but a glacier fish, Junior. Nothing but a legendary fish moves faster than your fishing bar can keep up. Okay, it escaped when it was in the bar. That's something that only legendary fish can do. I assumed with 2 trap poppers I would be able to catch it on the first time I hooked it. By the way, the extended family fish you do get to keep at the end. You do not have to turn them into Mr. Key. You get to keep them forever. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick trip back home, and then we will move on to the next location, which will be the sewer. I'll try and catch the radioactive carp. Remember that if I'm on the horse, I have to go up the left side. Alright. Going to sell some things. The artifacts I do not need. I'm going to put that away. I'm going to read the book. And I would have to go inside anyway to put the pearl away. Is it not 1? Is it 3 p.m. that I have to go inside? I think I saw Penny's page open. Is my headset interfering with my phone recognizing my face? That'd be interesting. Can recognize your face with a mask on. Yes, between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. So I'm just early. For the moment, I will stick to Glacierfish Jr. in that chest. I was gonna put the pearl away too. Because I caught a bunch of extra fish, and I want the time that I spend catching other fish to be worth it. Since I can trigger the event until 7 p.m., it doesn't make sense to spend the remaining 40 in-game minutes just waiting there. So let's at least get one more fish caught. I have to do it between today and tomorrow, since I got it late on the day. Ideally, I'd get at least 3 done today. We'll see. Because it depends on how quickly I hook each one. This is not a regular carp, it must be the radioactive carp. One of the easier legendaries still. Alright, since I got that one on first cast, I think it is safe to go and try to catch the Son of Crimson Fish today as well. If I get worried about how much time I have to get back home, I can take the town minecart to the bus stop. Oh, this is just too good to pass up. There's even a seaweed for me. I'm not clear. I'm never clear about if it's anywhere in the tide pond, if I actually have to push out the dock. So I'll ignore those bubbles back there. I'm not sure what it is 100%, but I know it's not a legendary fish. I barely got the treasure chest on that one. It's basically the exact same time. I'm catching every fish instead of canceling out the ones that I'm sure aren't it, just because it's not like in-game time is passing when I'm trying to catch the fish. So why not catch extra fish that I can sell and make more money? Alright, that's some crimson fish. That's 3 of 5. Now, I will mention this at this point. I'm not going to do it the first time for the extended family quest. But as long as the quest is active, you can catch as many of the extended legendaries as you want. That means if I catch the Legend 2 next, as long as I don't catch the last one, I could fish up as many Legend 2s as I have time for. And they sell for the same amount as the original legendary fish. You can put them in a fish pond and get the same product that the original fish gives you. So you could have like 1,000 legend ponds on your farm if you wanted. And just get crazy amounts of money that way. That's not how I'm doing it, but you could. Typically, I just put them in the fish tank. Alright. Welcome home, honey. How was your day? It was fine, not good, it was fantastic. Well, the days in the stream thus far have typically been fantastic, and I did catch 3 of the legend fish, so I will say it was fantastic. That's great. I'm glad you enjoy your work so much. I'm happy you're home. Oh, you smell like the outdoors. It's nice. You know, I really appreciate the hard work you do for the family. So it's important to me that when you come home, the house is nice and cozy and everything's in order. So I was thinking, I'd like to redecorate the bedroom with some of my own handmade decor. But first I have to ask you, what style do you prefer? You can say forest and moon, peaceful blue, strawberry home, pirate theme, or I don't want any changes. I did ask very specifically which one I should choose, and to make sure that my brain isn't going too crazy, I will double check the message. I was told to choose forest and moon. Ah, something soothing. Okay, just give me a few days then. I won't touch any of your chests, but it would be nice if you could move them out of the bedroom. Oh, popovers already. That's a strange bun. Well, unlike the previous thing she cooked for me, I at least didn't appear to, be made sick by that one. So, in a few days, there will be new decorations in the bedroom. Now, some of the items that she uses to decorate can be gotten if she is one of the vendors at the desert festival. I'm sorry really lonely now that I'm gone. I just hope she doesn't visit the saloon more to make up for it. You shouldn't feel bad. Mom has to solve her own problems. Make yourself comfortable, dear. So, some of the decorations from her 14 heart event can be gotten at the desert festival, but some of them are completely unique to this. You cannot get them unless you marry her and choose it in the 14 heart event. Which means that it's impossible to get every decoration in the game, as this event will only happen once. Even if you choose to divorce her, get remarried, get her back up to 14 hearts, you cannot get the event a second or third time. George wants green algae. I will make sure to do that tomorrow because he gave me a tea set. The least I could do is give him a green algae. So, since I'm not worried about catching extra Legend 2s to make a boatload of money, I will go ahead and catch the Miss Angler today. And catching the Legend 2 will be my main goal tomorrow. But if I catch the Miss Angler right away, this could be a wing cod, or maybe even a pipe. Nope, it was a Miss Angler. I don't like the Angler and the Miss Angler, because I like my fish to be higher quality, and because of where the Angler and Miss Angler are caught, unless you manage to get it perfect, it's unlikely to be gold. Now, if you use a quality bobber, of course, the quality goes up, regardless, but when I'm catching legendary fish, despite winning higher quality, I'm more concerned with making sure that I actually catch it, so I use other bobbers. Since I hooked it right away, we'll see if we can get the Legend 2 today as well. I do not expect it, but I'll give it a shot. Perch are not difficult to catch, not even the slightest. I got a green algae, but George and Evelyn are going to be asleep now, so I can give it to them right now. And I do not get the key to the town yet. Even completing this quest won't give me enough to get that yet. There is an exploit you can use to get extra key gems, and I will show it, but I will not. I'll do my best to not abuse it. My fishing tackle is... What a voice track. My fishing tackle is worn out, which means that even if I hook the Legend 2 at this point, my chances of catching it are not phenomenal. But I don't want to take the time to go back home, get more trap bobbers, and then come back out here and still try to catch it. So I will persist and see if just natural skill without any bothers is enough. I knew that wasn't it. I could tell it was more difficult than most lake fish, but I knew it couldn't be a legend too. If I hook the legend 2 and don't fail to catch it immediately, I expect it would be a long, drawn out battle. I will leave at 11:30. Or at least, I will not cast my line again after 11:30. You can also catch sturgeon in the lake in the winter. The dress spinner is nice, but increased bite rate is not really going to help me catch a difficult fish. We will head home for now. I will grab these forageables just because it's Saturday. They'll be gone tomorrow. I am at an hour and a half, so I'm going to take a short break. I did not make sure I had a fresh drink handy when I started the stream, which means I am not hydrating properly. And I should fix that. So when I go to bed, I'm going to take a break, get up, stretch, get something to drink, look away from the screen for a few minutes to reset my eyes. I suggest anyone watching also gets up and stretches and resets their eyes, hydrate. All of those good things to take care of yourself because your health matters. Let's see if I can actually manage the game screen rather than outside of it a million times. I got clay, and I got more carrot seeds, and I'm just going to trash that small magnet ring. I'm going to put the dressed spinner in here, and go ahead and get out what I need to make 2 more trap bobbers and set them ahead of time, so that I don't have to take time to remember to do it in the morning. And then I'm going to come inside and put away 3 of the green algae and the river jelly. Got the cat. Come over here and add the Miss Angler to that growing collection. And I'll get to bed. And as a little special bonus, I'll make the moon angry again. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright. Uh, Let me do something in the game to make sure that I can still hear it. Okay. So that's it's still working. Alright, let's get back into it, shall we? Alright. Give Penny her usual gifts. I haven't married Penny in a while, so I'm not sure if the next part of the 14 heart event just happens when you wake up someday, randomly. 3 days later when waking up in the morning. Okay. So, we're just waiting at this point. I do not have deluxe retaining soil yet, so I do have to water that. Let's come up here and get our tea leaves. Typically what I do with tea is any that I have left over from the previous tea harvesting, I will sell any extra when it's time to harvest tea at the end of the next season. So any green tea that I don't use will end up being sold, just not yet. Which means I really didn't need to go out of my way to sell what I had already made. I would have gotten it eventually, but I did not see the chubs. Okay, so the things I want to do today: give the green algae to George, catch the legend 2, get some grass down in this grazing area, and make it so that they can't eat all of the grass. But I'll talk about that a bit more shortly. Do I have the grass starter recipe? Have I bothered to buy it? It actually doesn't look like I have. Well then I should probably make sure that I do that. I will take the path through town up to the lake to catch the legend so that I can buy that recipe on the way. I can also just buy grass starter straight up from here, but I'd rather craft it. And I really wish I could do this. I could lay this out differently. I know I've done forest farms before where I was happier with the layout. I may need to check if I still have any of those on my Switch. Or even here on my computer. To see what I did with those. But I don't have all my files anymore. I usually try to keep it somewhat neat. In terms of how many... So let's sell more smoked fish. Oh, even though I don't really have to check things because of the sweet. Shrimp cocktail. Here's another good appetizer for you and your dinner guests. My cocktail sauce is extra zesty and I'm sure you'll love it. Now the first step, I gotta cook shrimp cocktail. I love shrimp cocktail. Usually have it like, it's like a New Year's Eve sort of thing for me, typically. Right there, shrimp, tomato, and wild horseradish. The wild horseradish is what gives it the zestiness. recipe. She really likes horseradish. But isn't a big fan of wasabi, which is weird because they're in the same family. I like both. There's George heading to the general store because it's Sunday. Here, sir, is your green algae. Kent wants a perch. That should not be an issue. Looks like Pierre is at the island, but he still lets you buy things when he is, so that's nice. I'll get the dehydrated recipe too. It won't be all that long before I start to work on the crafting and cooking recipes, so anytime I see a recipe I should go ahead and grab it. Goodness sake, there's something else I've been forgetting to do. And I was so adamant that I was looking forward to doing this. I haven't opened my golden coconuts yet. How silly. Go back here. Let's grab them. And because I happen to be on the farm, let's get a couple extra items out of my inventory. Alright. So we're going to take the mine carts to town and then to the mines and fish. But first, open the golden coconuts. I'm doing this first because he closes at 4. Alright, so another mango sapling. I have 2 now. And there's the animal skull. And just a couple more later, a second banana sapling. That's it, that's all I need. I have the fossilized skull, I have both. I have 2 of each of the island fruit trees. I don't need anything else. So I'm going to stop there. And basically I'll be opening artifact troves until I have at least a few more artifacts, and then to clean up, if I still want to clean up the last couple, I can use treasure totems to do it. But to make treasure totems, I need mystic syrup. To get mystic syrup, I need to tap mystic trees. To tap mystic trees, I need to grow them, and to grow them, it needs to not be winter. That's a perch that I can give to Kent if I get things done. I did not do the necessary math that I would usually do at this spot. Other pairing spot is up there, but I need to focus on trying to get the legend too. If you don't catch all 5, you do still keep however many you did catch. It's not one of those things where it's all or nothing. So it's possible to hook a sturgeon right now because it's before 7 p.m. And I started trying to catch a legend 2 yesterday. It was too late for sturgeon at least. This is probably still lingcod though. No, it was a sturgeon. So sturgeon and lingcod are harder than the carp, bullhead, largemouth bass, or chub. But the legend 2 would be harder than even them. The chub is a weird one. It's not difficult enough to ever escape, but it is tricky enough that it will sometimes move in just the wrong way for you to get an easy perfect on it. Perch can also be like that sometimes, as evidenced by the one that I just caught. Meanwhile, carp hardly moves at all. You could also often get a perfect catch on carp without moving any little bit. That's... Now, dried starfish was one of the last ones I got in the previous playthrough. I do have it on this one. I took a sip of my drink right when hooking the fish because I assumed that if I did that, it would be mean to me and give me the legend then. That's a horrible time to get a spam message in the chat though. I'm trying to catch a fish. Shame on you. This is harder than normal, but I still don't think it's a living tail. Alright, we had some unusual movements there. And it's going up slowly when it is in the bar. Nope, another sturgeon. I'm gonna take a moment to get rid of that message. I'm not going to buy viewers. In fact, okay. Back to fishing. Let's see if we can get this. It is only 2:50. I have much of the day left. Papa Jones, you have yummy pizza, but I'm not ordering you tonight. I am ordering pizza for dinner, but not from Papa John's. This reeks of legendary fish status. But it was another link cod. Fairy dust is pretty wild to get. I don't need that many mountains. This is nothing special. It stopped moving pretty quick. Now I am catching several sturgeon today, so if I want to use them to try and get the population of my sturgeon pond to max, I can do that. Speed up that process significantly. Hello, lingcod. I'm catching no shortage of sturgeon and lingcod. I'm running out of places to put these fish. Here are the things that I can get more of easily. Darn it! And of course, if every now and then I make a small little mistake like that, I'm not getting all iridium fish, so it makes them take up more space in my inventory. And moved a little bit to start, but then just stopped. Don't need regular bait. The only time I use regular bait once I have a decent supply of deluxe bait is with crab pots and worm bins. Though it's not a terrible idea to use deluxe bait on worm bins. It does upgrade the quality of things from the crab pots. You can use deluxe bait from the crab pots and increase the quality of their output. It's higher quality if you use deluxe bait instead of regular bait. For what it's worth, though, I believe if you take the fishing professions that go up the crab pot path, the crab pots take less materials to craft, and then you don't have to bait crab pots. I believe it treats it as if regular bait was placed in them rather than higher quality. So if you go that route, I would recommend taking the one where they don't give you trash, and then using a deluxe worm bin to get a higher quality fish. More fairy dust. I ran out of I'm going into my third set of trap bobbers, just trying to catch this fish specifically. Yes, I know on the first couple I started with other stuff, but still. I'm going to put this stuff in here for now. Ideally, I'll still have time to get them planted later today. But I need to focus on getting this fish. I don't want my first key quest to be a failure. After all the other successes of today's stream, it would be disappointing to fail a quest that I should be able to complete. The island ingredients, that one was a foregone conclusion. I wasn't going to be successful there. But I should... Spending more than an entire day on it alone, I should be able to catch a legend 2, or at least hook one. No fish have escaped from me while I've been fishing here, so I haven't even hooked it. Hello, difficult fish. So probably, I still don't think it's it. I think it's another rain cod. Yeah. Honestly, Legend 2 is the thing. This can't be anything but it. Legend 2 does give me the most trouble with this quest. Just the chance of hooking it is not very high. I know a lot of people try and catch like a ton of Legend 2 during the quest to make a lot of fast money, but I really do it because it's just so hard to hook them. Even if you use the first one you get to make Legend 2 bait. Damn it! I knew it was gone. I finally hooked one, and my skill was just not high enough. I can't be mad because I still got a tea set today, but it is disappointing that this isn't working out for me. I'm almost out of energy. I mean, obviously when it comes to trying to catch a fish for a quest, if I have to eat some food to get some energy back, I'm going to, but... The only bright spot is that since it is later in the day now, the sturgeon is not a possible fish I can catch at this point, so... Technically, there's a slightly higher chance of hooking another Legend 2. I'm not going to reset the day for it. That it just does not feel worth it doing. That does not feel worth it. Does not feel like it is worth it. I will have additional chances to do the extended family quest. This is a link card. Still a little frustrating though. I'm not going to let myself pass out though. This probably is it. I need to catch it now. I just realized something. I can't keep trying. I've got something else I need to do today. So I have to do it on this try. That was the link card? I thought for sure that was it. And I stopped paying attention to my health because I was frustrated that the fish I thought was it was not it. And now I'm going to start with less energy on a day where I need to till and water a whole bunch of space. I did finally catch it. Darn it though. I think I have enough time to do what I need to do, but it's going to be very tight. Bad enough that I have to ignore that spot. Not the town, the bus stop, please. I'll leave my horse. Okay. So, put something away. Give me some level of space in my inventory, please. Okay. I had not done any grass yet. I'm going to do 10 grass starters. And I'm going to pick up these lightning rods. And I'm going to put down 5 grass starter within the space. And put the lightning rods on top of them. If there's a lightning rod on top of the grass starter, then the animals cannot eat it. I'm also going to pick up I'm also going to find 5 spots of fencing. And put the remaining 5 grass starters there. It can't be eaten under fencing, but it can be eaten, but it can spread from under fencing. So let's get 5 more of those out and put it on top of grass. For the 2 spots where it's spreading left, I will put flooring down so it doesn't spread unchecked through the rest of my farm. Okay. Whew. Crazy day that ended up being. And it really did not need to be. I will stash the sturgeon. I do not want to pass out. So stop clicking out of the game and actually go inside the house. For goodness sake. Okay. Put those away. A jelly that goes in here. A shirt that goes in the dresser. Get those going. And now can I actually get to the bed? Nope. So I'm going to have almost no energy. Okay, well, that was a bit of a fiasco, but I did complete the quest. I got my grass down. Okay, now I have to do math. Lots and lots of math. I have, for my space, my planting space, 320 spots. So, in spring, there is blue jazz, cauliflower, garlic, kale, parsnip, potato, rhubarb, tulip, unmilled rice, carrot. You can grow coffee beans in spring, green bean, and strawberry. I'm not going to grow coffee beans outside. I do not have to worry about that. I do not have any strawberry seeds, so I do not have to worry about that. I would grow unmilled rice next to the water. And if I grow carrots, I grow them separately from everything else. Which means blue jazz, cauliflower, garlic, kale, parsnip, potato, rhubarb, tulip, and green bean. Green beans are trellis crops, so I'm not going to plant them with everything else. I'm going to plant 8 of them around one of the sprinklers. So 320 minus 8 gives me 312 spots for the 8 remaining crops. 312 divided by 8 is 39, which tells me I should be adding 39 of the other crops. Unless I decide that I don't need a full field of flowers. I don't need 39 of each flower. How about 16 of each flower? That means 312 minus 32, and then divide that by 6, gives me 46.6 repeating. So I buy 46, and then I'll have additional spots for carrots or anything else I want to put down. So we're buying 46 of everything, except for green beans and flowers. There's my math for the episode. I mean, I done a little bit to figure out how many spots. Oh! It's the end of year 2. I forgot about this event entirely. So here's Grandpa's evaluation. He comes at the end of year 2. My dear boy, it's been many years since we last spoke. You were just a little boy. Do you remember? Look how far you've come. Though you may have forgotten me, I've been here all along. You see, my body is a part of this world, but my heart will always remain in Stardew Valley. You've been here 2 years now. I'm so proud of you, my boy. You're a better farmer than I ever was, and you brought great honor to the family name. I can feel it now. My spirit is finally put to rest. Bless you. The future of Shady Hills Farm is in your hands now. Farewell. So he did well, because he said that we're a better farmer than he was. If you don't have a good evaluation, you can redo it by offering a diamond to Grandpa's shrine. We've got a long, warm year to look forward to. Let's make it a productive one. Here's that. Turn off the fire. I did not even think about that. Well, that means I'm going to be low energy tomorrow too, but whatever. I'll put the Legend 2 away. If I get into the Aquatic Sanctuary, that's where I'll be putting them. So once the evaluation is done, wherever Grandpa's shrine is, we got all 4 candles. Congratulations to us. Patrick, here's the food from my home that me and my family enjoy. Hope you like it. Leo. P.S. Willie helped write this. Cooking recipe for poi. So, there's debris everywhere. We have a lot to clean up. Let's get to it. But first, some more fish smoking, because they're clogging up my inventory. The very first thing I will do today is take care of my animals. We're going to break up a few things, get rid of the debris that's in here, break the weeds with a non-scythe tool because I don't want to inadvertently break all, or get rid of all the grass as well. I believe that's everything. I don't need to necessarily let them out every day, but I should let them graze sometimes. I will sell that for lesser quality ones. And then come in here. These animals are stored. Father did get us to the end of the year, which is nice. Okay. I did not get one of the gilt milks presses. Alright. Let's put these away. And those away. And that away. And clear out my inventory a little bit more by putting more fish to smoke. Sell the smoked ones in my inventory. Now we need to get both to the general store and the oasis to get all of my crops for this season. Okay, so 46. We decided on 8 bean starters. 46 cauliflower. 46 potato. 16 tulips. 46 kale. 16 blue jazz. 46 garlic. I'm not going to buy any rice shoots. If I see Kent, I'll give him the perch. But otherwise, I won't worry about it. Let's check what my possible quests are. I'm going to do this one, Gifts for George. I have a season to get 12 weeks. The one for Pam that has a okay reward too. But I like the George reward quest better. And I was hoping it was going to come up. I still want to do something nice for him because he gave me a decent. Okay, Pam is here. Let's get to the desert and buy rhubarb. Normally, in the third year, I focus on buying whatever will give me the most profit. But normally that's because I've spent the first 2 years growing a reasonable amount of everything. This is different. I didn't start planting anything until spring of year 3. I still have a lot of, I need to grow several of whatever. Moon is wondering where you've been. I was in the desert, Moon, but I'm back now. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to clear up the area where I will be planting things. So let's get the debris taken care of. Plus some additional vegetables, grass.
also the scarecrow being there does not really help me. Alright, so now we have to try and not only hoe all of this space, but also get it watered and get the crops down. Which is why I wish I had remembered to plant fiber, because then I wouldn't have to worry about any of that. Fortunately, I at least have golden tools that will make things go a little bit quicker than it would otherwise. Of course, if I had spent some of my money and the iridium bars I got through iridium level tools, it would go even twice as fast because I'm doing 6x3 instead of 3x3. I think my priority would be getting hoed and planted, and then if I still have time to water after that, I will. Obviously, if stuff is hoed and planted, then it's in the ground and the sprinklers will water it. Also, I'm going to need scarecrows over here, but and I think that would also take precedence over watering. So my plan for the flowers was to do the 4 additional sprinklers over here for them. And then for the green bean, I was going to do the 8 just down in this furthest corner out of the way. But I have to be careful with planting the trellis crops so I don't ruin everything. Okay. And now just plant as quick as I can. I think that gap is going to bother me, but it's okay. I should have started at the top. I didn't think about how it will look with carrots, but that's okay. This is not the usual order I plant things in. But I had to make some adjustments. Do some previous mistakes. What did I even plant there? That doesn't look familiar. I accidentally planted the coffee bean. I don't want a coffee bean there. Alright, I have a small number of spaces left. But don't worry about that. Okay. Put away some things there. 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a total of 8 scarecrows, including the regular one. Okay, every space is covered. So with the remaining time of the day, try and water as many spots as I can. If I get it all watered, great. If I don't get it all watered, then that was expected. Actually, I should head down to the bottom because if the rhubarb doesn't get watered today, I can only harvest it once this season. Okay, it's 13 days, so I can still harvest it twice, but still. And then tomorrow will be mostly about trying to clear up more debris from the farm. Let's get a water refill and a couple sashimi to get my energy back. Getting the cauliflower and the rhubarb watered feels good because they take longer to grow than the other things. Thankfully, you can kind of hop when you have the tool charged, but it is slow movement. Normally I spend some time just to enjoy the fact that it's finally spring in the game again, but we kind of had to move quickly today. If I must, I can refill at the fish pond. Yep, have to do so. One last water spot. Okay, we got everything watered. It took until 12:30 to do so, but we did it. Let's get that put away. Let's get that stuff out of my way so I can actually access this. Close that up so that the animals are not outside immediately tomorrow. Let's get some more fish smoking because that's still taking up inventory spots I'd rather not have taken up. I'll just sell that truffle as it is. And put more debris away. Put this away. going to put these scarecrows back down, but I do have an idea for them. And now let's get inside and actually get to bed, so that I don't lose as much energy, but I'm still losing a lot because of the exhaustion. That was a hectic day, but hopefully they will be a little bit more mellow. So 3 days hence, this is our new furnishings for our bedroom. Patrick, good morning. What the heck is that? It's floating. Notice anything unusually soft? I quilted this custom bedspread by hand. So, what do you think? Looks great. I'm glad you like it. That's starting to look really cozy, isn't it? There's a new chest in here. Benny's been working very hard around the house. It really feels like home. So that's what I was saying, there's a new chest. Any items that were in this area will be in that chest. So I didn't have to move it, but I chose to anyway. So, some things can change based on how far along in the game you are. How much you've upgraded your house. That's why some things were floating there. Typically, you would see a spouse event a little bit earlier in the game. Okay, so today, my primary goal is to get the debris around the farm cleared up. That's the last of those, so I don't need to do that anymore. So, but first, make sure the animals are taken care of. My animals do matter to me. So every day the grass that exists has a chance to spread in any one direction. It cannot spread to other areas under the fence. So the stuff that the grasses under fences cannot spread to other areas under the fence, but it can spread out or in, and the stuff from the lightning rods can spread in any direction. It's not guaranteed to happen, but it can. I wasn't sure what was preventing me from walking there. It was a truffle that I couldn't see. Okay, let's there's going to be some time spent when I have time this season to try to get some more pathing down. Just to make things easier on me. I'm hesitant to do too much pathing because this still isn't my final layout, but okay, I'll do one type of debris at a time, just to make it a little easier on myself to figure everything out. I'm also going to pick up this scarecrow real quick. Now it's daytime. Okay, make sure that it goes all the way down to the bottom. I want to make sure that every spot is covered. So we're starting with branches. Any branches or partially grown trees that I don't want. Using the axe first. Start to clear my farm. And then the other tool that takes energy is the one I'll use next. That'll be the pickaxe. I do want to get to the island sooner rather than later to see what new key quest there may be for me. But we're going to clear my farm first. I don't think debris can spawn behind the farmhouse. Alright, there are some seeds in the ground, but I'm not going to worry about those. And I'm not going to worry about all of the grass just yet. But now I will switch to the scythe and get rid of weeds and some grass. That will also start to fill my hay back up. Now, if the grass is close to a weed, then that's the grass I'll chop. Got some moss there, because I have to move a tree as well. Alright. Something there, or is alright, we more or less got the debris cleared. Another thing I want to do is I want to take get carrot seeds and unmilled rice. The carrot seeds filling the getting spaces with. As far as the unmilled rice goes, I will start here. I'll do that much. In addition to that, because it can be difficult get all of the leaves you need for George's quest. So temporarily, I'm going to add 4 more, and that's going to be exclusively for spring seeds. With 32, that doesn't guarantee that I'll get at least 12 weeks, but with any others that I find randomly, I think it gives me a decent shot. Plus I have the whole season, I'll be able to plant more after those ones are done. Alright. In the meantime, I have not shipped even once a leaf or a daffodil. Let's do that. Add them to the shipping collection. And now that I'm more sorted, I put the truffles in to get oil. I'll also put the remaining rice back. I'll likely do that multiple times over the season. So let's harvest these, and I'll harvest the ancient fruit that's done. And then I'll go grab the remaining mango and banana tree and get them planted in here. Since I don't need any more ancient seeds in here, this particular time I'm going to sell all of the ancient fruit. That gives back all the money I spent on seeds and then some. Alright, mango and banana saplings. I will keep up my fruit tree symmetry by putting them exactly opposite where the other trees are. Alright. The first mango tree is only 4 days away, the banana tree is 20 days. And then, of course, the other ones I just planted will bear fruit on the second day of summer. There's that, which I did not see. I'm going to get some stone out and make some walkway floors. Even though it's not quite how I want it to be. I'm going to at least make sure that uh, grass doesn't spread too much out this way. Can I get rid of this grass without? I think if I face away, I think it's still okay. And as for this, okay, got some more flooring down. I think I'll play one more day today. Get myself back out to the island, because there are some things I can do there, such as turn in the fossilized skull and get another key quest. So between those two things, I think playing another day is, and going to the island is worth it. I do know that I have the sturgeon. I was thinking maybe just wait until it gets to the 7th one naturally, but it would have to get to the 7th one and then an additional 4 days before the next quest pops up, and I just want the next quest to be now. Uh, 50 more minutes on the truffle. I really don't want to wait until it's at or almost midnight based on previous stuff. Actually, having a room lit up at night is kind of weird for me. I usually don't. Alright, we made good money with the remaining smoked fish and the ancient fruit. So that's cool. Plus I added a couple items to my shipping list. There's something else that I forgot to do for these first couple days. That should be one of my first priorities today. I'm going to make sure to check the Queen of Sauce today. I already know how to cook it, and the reruns on Wednesday prioritize recipes you don't know. So I have all the Queen of Sauce recipes. I have the poi. I believe that last recipe is something else I get from Leo. I believe I at least know every other recipe. One of the things I'll be checking periodically as I go into this year is making sure that I have enough of the crops and forageables and any seasonal fish to cook all of the dishes to cook every dish. So next time I'll be looking at my fish chest to make sure that I have any fish that can be caught in spring in there that I eat recipes. I also have to remember at some point to keep a truffle oil. Sometimes I forget to hold on for one of those for a raincoat. Yes, before the end of year 3 I expect to have everything cooked and crafted. So to put that ingredient done, that's what I have started. Basically, I expect to have done everything except for all the money I need for the obelisks and that's essentially my year 3 goal. I have completed completed perfection by the end of year 3 multiple times, but because of the slow start that this challenge provides, I don't see myself accomplishing that this time around. If I did, would it be cool? Absolutely. Okay, so put one of the duck feathers away. I want to take one with me. I also want to take the fossilized skull with me. Between those two things, I think that's all I need to take with me to the island today. Also, come over to Grandpa's shrine. There's a note there that I never read. Patrick, wait for my return on the dawn of your 3rd year. And if you have the candles, Statue of Perfection. It's made of pure iridium. And what that will do is will give you 2 to 8 pieces of iridium ore every single day. So if you're or both skill carbon dives or other methods of getting iridium, you can still do it by using that statue. I could use the island warp totem I was given by completing the island warp obelisk back home, but I will ride Moon. I'm going to buy a lot of strawberry seeds at the flower festival at the egg festival this year. Basically to have enough to cover my crop area in year 4. Because if you can plant strawberry seeds on the first day of spring, they become the most profitable spring crop. So Leo's probably in his hut. Or just outside of it. Let's talk to him and give him his duck feather first thing. Be careful on the volcano, the spirits don't like outsiders. We still need to get him up many hearts. Help man intent. Well, that's what I'm going to do right now. That will give me enough golden walnuts to fix the bridge in the volcano, which will be the last thing. You still need to take your watering can to the volcano in case you need it on later floors. But to get into the entrance, you'll no longer need it. I don't know how many snow shards I have overall, but I do not bring them. Before I help Professor Snail, we got a message from someone in the watery cave. Which is this one. It is a mushroom cave. And better than and you get quality unlike the mushroom cave you can make on your farm. So you got my letter, huh? Nice to meet ya. I'm Fizz, Georgia Special Services Division. You haven't heard of us? That's okay. Most people haven't. We're not really advertised like other Joja products. We're more of a specialty service for elite clients. What do we do? Well, let's just say we specialize in legally complex matters. Catch my drift? But enough chit-chat. Let's get to business. I've heard you're trying to achieve perfection. A noble goal, but difficult. Very difficult. All that cooking, crafting, monster slaying, all those complicated friendships. I can see how stressed you are. But here's the thing. You don't need to stress another minute. We've got you covered. See these papers here? They're called perfection waivers. Each one of these beautiful pages are worth 1% toward perfection. They've even got Mr. Key's signature on it. completely legit. Do I look like someone who would lie to you? Yes. Don't answer that. Anyway, I'm selling these for a sweet, sweet price. Just 500,000 G a pop. A steal. Well, no pressure. Just think about it. I'll be waiting. So, if you don't want to do the things on the perfection tracker to get the perfection, you can buy perfection waivers instead. In some cases, they're useful. Like the golden clock, which is 10% towards perfection, costs 10 million G, but you can get 10 perfection waivers for 5 million G. But I want to get perfection naturally, not using any perfection waivers. Also, the Joja parrot is still over here now that we have so few walnuts left to get. It would only cost me a mere 160,000 G to get the rest, but I'm not doing that either. What I am going to do right now is come into Professor Snails and donate the fossilized skull. And that finishes the set piece and all of his collections. Look how far we've come. The collection looks fantastic, and it's all thanks to you, Patrick. Here, as a way of saying thanks, I want to teach you something. I learned how to craft an ostrich incubator. That's what I was waiting to use the ostrich egg on. This device will allow you to raise the ostriches back home. Just place the incubator in a barn, place an ostrich egg inside, and wait. Unlike other egg things, it goes in the barn because the ostriches are big. Getting your hands on an ostrich egg is a different story though. I'll leave that up to you. The dig spot from your journal scrap is a guaranteed one. Well, now the real work begins. I'll be studying these bones for years to come. Farewell, Patrick. Also, behind the collect rewards, 6 more golden walnuts and another banana sapling. That's how you usually get the first one, by completing the large animal. But I did it another way. Turn in just 5 of them, and the parrots will make a nice little fancy bridge for me here. Saves me a little bit of time and watering getting into the volcano. Now I will use the Parrot Express that I've also unlocked to go straight over to the farm. I'm going to get into the walnut room. Looks like my first pineapple is done. I'm going to put that in the seed maker when I get home, and at least for a while I'm going to focus mostly on growing pineapples here. They're a crop that regrows. They take a while, and of course they're one of the things that can show up to the Island Ingredients special request. So if I get the one that, and if you get the one that asks for pineapples and you're not already growing the pineapples, you're not going to complete it in time. So I'm going to slice up all that fiber. There was a small part of me that expected that while I was slicing that fiber, I would just somehow get the living hat. Because that's just the luck of this playthrough. If I somehow got that as well, in addition to everything else I got in this playthrough, then, well, that would just be insane. So, once you have turned in everything else that you can get, that you can use walnuts on, you can turn in the remaining ones for key gems. 2 apiece. If you've used up your ones, you can type in recount nuts in the chat, and it will give them back. And you can do it again, and again, and again until you have all the key gems you need without having done a single quest. Like I said, I'm not going to abuse that. I just wanted to show it once to show you how it's done. Slash recount nuts, no spaces. So I have 36. I kind of want the missing stock list and or the flute flock and or the horse flute first. I will actually take the key to the town though. That is the first thing I will take from this. So now I can get into any building in town at any time I want. Also, that was the last item up there. Now it only works in town. I can't use it to, for example, get into the oasis at any time. The desert is not considered part of town. We have extended family again. If I wanted to try and put myself through that again. Or I have the Skull Cavern invasion. That's the one I'll take. The monsters in the Skull Cavern, until the quest is done, will be stronger. But there's also a item that I don't have yet that you can only get during dangerous forms of the mines and Skull Caverns. So I do have to do that to get everything. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I will double check, since I've already spoken to the parrot once today, I don't think it will give me a different hint, even though I completed the hint it gave me. But I will double check. I think it would probably give me the one for crops on the farm at this point. Yeah, it does not give me another one today. So I'll put the pineapple in the seed maker, but before I come back here, I'll get probably more parsnips to plant there. Because regrowable crops cannot give you the walnuts for the farm. So pineapple cannot possibly give me any golden walnuts. I'll head back home now though. Put that in the seed maker before I accidentally sell it. Willie wants to refine quartz. I can make that happen. I'll just sell these mushrooms. I also have a number of price tickets on me right now. I don't know if I'll actually plant that banana tree anywhere. A lot of people plant their banana and mango seeds on the island, but I like to use all of that space for either ancient fruit or star fruit. Once I'm done with my pineapples, of course. So, Willie wants a refined quartz. He will either be down, he's probably at this very moment either on his way to the saloon or fishing. I'm gonna come around here and grab this stuff though. Also of note, when you have the key to the town, is you can get into Clint's shop later. He actually spent, and even if he's over there by the forge, you can still access the shop menu. So, as long as he's in there at all, that's good enough. Let's come down and give Willie his fine quartz. He's doing the Gilby dialogue. I will also show you, since I caught the 5 extended family fish, we now have every bobber style unlocked. But I'm still gonna leave it on random, just for a little bit of flair. So that when I'm spending a lot of time fishing, it's a little bit more exciting. Wondering what bobber I'll get on each cast. Lots of carrot seeds, which is fine. Uh, I'm not planting a lot of them on my farm, but since they grow in 3 days, I'll have a lot of regrowth to try and get it. The place where I actually want to go is the mayor's house. I have 3 prize tickets to turn in, and that gives me a treasure chest, another iridium sprinkler to increase my range on the island, and another houseplant. But it's a fancy houseplant. It's a bigger one. Okay, so I'm going to sort out my inventory, as I always do at the end of days, and seemingly at the end of streams, no matter what game I'm playing, it seems to end with me sorting my inventory. And then, as is typical of a Stardew stream, I'll go to sleep and we'll end with seeing what my earnings were for the day. I will, let's see, the only island specific thing I have, and that's not even really island specific, you can plant pineapples here too, just as long as the season is correct, or indoor with uh, garden pots. I'm going to put the iridium sprinkler in the island chest as well, since I'll take it with me the next time I get to the island. Let's check out any truffles that were dug up today. And close this up. I don't have to worry about the animals getting outside. It's going to be raining tomorrow, but still, it's a good habit to remember to close it. Alright. Let's put the treasure chest in a regular chest. I'll fix up all this stuff sometime. My day was fine, thanks. How was yours? My day was also fine. I'll put it there. Alright, so that's going to end off today's stream. If you watched live on YouTube or Twitch, whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate you. If you are watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope however your day is going, it is progressing favorably for you. We made, for our last day of the stream, $13,532. And thank you again. I will see you in the next one.